Hello once again, everyone. Lictor here. How has your weekend been going? Mine has been just dandy, and here we are back on everyone's favorite settlement, Carthage. Today, an unlikely alliance of Rome teaming up with Carthage to attack Carthage, defended by Rome, Seleucid, and Sparta, who it seems like they have forgotten their artillery. And also, Seleucid didn't move their artillery. This was all around an interesting match. We'll get into it in a minute. I'll just list off the players real quick, go over the army comps that we can see, and then we'll start. So, attacking, we have myself right here as Carthage. Rome is being played by Ixlocas, Ikslokaz, and the other Carthage player is being played by Kala the Myrmidon. So, defending, we have Achilles playing as Sparta, got to be as Seleucid, and he has spoken as defending Rome. So, now let's get into it. So, as we can see, Rome has forgotten their siege equipment. I think we just kind of all agreed, like, you know what? We've got enough. Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it. That's why, I guess, the initial lull in battle. And we all agreed, We said, like, well, if you're cool with it, we're cool with it. And then we proceeded. So let's fast forward a little bit just to get going. But let's see what's back here. Oh. Some size chariots already on the move. Who knows where they could be going. But they've already been spotted. Probably going to go hide. So, as you can see, I've started assaulting the walls here. I've done my cheeky little deployment of my heavy siege galleries. This is the only way that the heavy siege galleries will work with the giant ballista. Because if you try and put them like up here, what happens is you see where, let's see if I can actually get an angle. You see, this is the chute where the projectile actually comes out. And these are too tall to allow this to actually fire. So you can't put them too close. If you use smaller siege galleys, it does work, but then more of the giant ballistas showing, and well, it's just it doesn't work as well as if you use onagers instead. But I digress. Let's fast forward a wee bit here. Rome's moving up his troops. The other Carthage hasn't moved yet. They're just bombardment phase. Looks like they're trying to knock down, getting rid of these towers, actually. It's not a bad idea. I'm coming up. Where are we going? Okay. Gonna try and knock down these two. These two and this one right there. It's not a bad idea. They're still firing. Looks like my ballista has stopped. And what's going on here? I guess he's manually firing at this. At the wall or the tower? Looks like he's going for the tower. Again, not a bad idea. But I mean, if you can capture this tower, it really... well, look at that simultaneously. If you can capture this, it pays off, because usually defenders like to stick their ranged units up here. And if you can capture this, then the tower will start shooting at anything that's over here. Not that anyone's going to be sticking around long enough for them to let you do that. Now we can see some of the defenders. What do we got here? Spartan hoplites. What the hell am I shooting at? Oh, okay, I'm going after this right here. Manually firing, so this should come down relatively quickly. Knocking down this wall here. Always be careful, too, of leaving your troops too close to the wall. he did not make that mistake. Because when the walls come down... Ooh, look at that. When the walls come down, you can lose troops. Which I actually never knew that. So, Legionary Cohort just going up into attacking or defensive Testudo. Attacking Testudo. Same difference, really. It's Testudo. This wall's come down. Now I'm starting to move up my army to back them up. Oh, I didn't go over the army comps. So I brought with myself two. Oh, jeez. This looks like 3 Samnite warriors. What you can bring with you? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Libyan infantry, the 2 noble fighters, 1 Balearic slinger, and the Cretan archers. 3 Scutari, I believe. Right. Yep, 3 Scutari. The Giant Ballista Sacred Band, 1 unit Sacred Band, and the Noble Cav. Rome is brought with him. Looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Legionary Cohort, 3 Syrians, and that's it, actually. Actually, that's it. Oh, look at this. Citizen Cav came out. Oh, look at this. They're trying to get through with the ballistas in its way. Jesus. Yeah, that's all he brought. Oh, yeah, that's right. He brought a shitload of Cav. Bunch of Praetorian Cav. This must have been Ultra Funds. The other Carthage unit, 2 of the Mercenary Noble Fighters, Noble Cav, African Pikes, Noble Cav, African Pikes, Libyan Infantry, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Libyan Infantry, and then I'm going to go ahead and say the 3 Cretans and then a Balearic. Or just 3 Cretans. Wow, so he went full-on Libyan Infantry. Interesting. Alright, as for the defenders, what do we got? Rhodian Slingers, Spartan Hoplites, Pericoli Hoplites, Spartan. Okay. That was my fault. Sorry about that, guys. So now Rome's just moving up. Looks like he's going to set up and probably throw jabs, I'm imagining. He's going to sit back with his archers and pepper these guys. Not a terrible idea, actually. I probably wouldn't be shooting into this gap just because it's so tiny. And these guys are stretched out, so you're going to end up hitting... Actually, no, most of the shots are getting in there. But still, I mean, they're so heavily armored. Right? 80? Yeah, 80's pretty good. And their shield's like giant. I wish I could click on the unit so it would stay on that and I could show you the... There we go. Okay, melee defense. What do we got here? Shield value's 15. Shield value 45 when it comes to their oh my god, armor. But because their shield's so big, I think that equates to a larger missile block chance. Rome's getting in here pretty good with their... Oh, they did have a Hastati. Where'd their Hastati come from? Oh, no, this is the defending Rome. Shit, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? All right, so defending Rome has armored legionaries, armored legionaries, armored legionaries, Evocati, 2 units of Hastati over here. It's backing up. I've charged in with my ally, my mercenary Samnites. And 36 and 34. I don't think they're going to win this. Actually, no, they're losing. It doesn't say that they're winning, though. Probably because of the arrow support. But of course, back here we got auxiliary Syrian archers for Rome. Seleucid has his Syrian heavies back here. We're not really sure. Well, you'll eventually see what happens with Seleucid. It's got Thurio spears and Hillman. What? triple chevron? Bronze, triple chevron. Why would you... Well, to each their own, right? Another unit of heavy Syrian archers over here. Have my Libyan infantry just kind of hanging out here, keeping these guys in check, so to speak, so that they can't shift while we're pushing over here. So far, he's got 3 of his legionary cohort in. Looks like they're starting to wrap around on this Estada unit. They're going to fall pretty quickly, I would imagine. Spartan hoplites are losing because they're getting hit from the side. I don't know if this was a push through or not. It does kind of look like that's what he's doing, though. Now we got another unit of Spartan hoplites. Legionary cohorts being shown off the battle, but they'll probably come back, even there's 45 of them. Mercenary Samurites are now, and Libyan infantry are getting beat up pretty good. But, I mean, look at all the support that they're getting. I mean, we're talking, you know, Javs. Thurio Spears are now in the mix. Thurio Spears are just going to get great shots off right into the... I mean, if you got any unit with Javelins or Thurio Spears, I mean, especially if you can hold them, the attackers up on this little... the hill of the fallen wall, and this is just such a good shot to take. And it is their weapon arm too, but I mean that Roman shield is just, look at the fucking size of it. Eats big. Looks like we managed to break the Spartan hoplites, and now I'm just going to charge through. Rome wasn't paying attention, and I was just able to start shifting my Libyan infantry and Samnites in. They're going to get jabs thrown at them, but that's okay. I'm managing to get them in here, which is important. Now, in retrospect, I should have been moving up more of my troops, but I was focused so much over here. Brought more Libyan infantry over here. Actually, this is my other, that's right. So I couldn't break, I managed to break this wall, but then I brought the other siege tortoise over here. So now I am charging up my Samnites up here. The Libyan infantry is coming over here. I'm going to try and capture this gate in an attempt to, one, capture the gate, but also if I can get these guys to pull back some of their hoplites, that's even better. But I mean, these Samnite warriors are basically just like a sacrificial unit at this point. Holding up units, not for very long, but I mean, if I can get into some of their archers, then so be it. Back over here, we can see some more Seleucid thorax swords, thorax swords, thorax swords. Defending Rome, throwing his units in, it looked like it was in column formation, but just like all of them like got sent in. It's really a hodgepodge over here of insanity. Over here, these Estadi are still going strong, but they're losing. Got the Pericles hoplites. They're gonna get beat up pretty soon too, and especially going against 3 units of legionary cohort. Now I'm starting to pour in. Three of my Libyan infantry, and I'm just going to try and break these Spartan hoplites as much as I possibly can, or I should say as quickly as I possibly can. Now I'm starting to bring up my army. These guys, I'm out of ammo already? Okay. So, I'm just going to charge in my ballista crew, because YOLO. Over here, Libyan infantry got caught. They were winning against the Spartan hoplites, but then they got reinforced. I tried to get them up on the wall because spears don't traditionally do as well on the walls as regular infantry. But now, over here... Oh, how did this happen? Oh, okay, they're still over here with the unicards like back there. That's strange. Like maybe there's one guy that's back here that got stuck. Yeah, it looks like it. There he is. So still just pushing in. They're losing though, but it's going to take a while because, you know, hoplites are just kind of a set it and forget it type of a unit. So they were really trying to smother us as much as they possibly could here. But Carthage is going to start putting more and more pressure on our allies, on the defenders over here, which is smart. He took his time, waited for us. Ooh, excuse me. To make multiple breach points. And for us to pour in. Oh, look at this. He just started charging his Praetorian Cav. I don't know why he did this. Looks like he's going to start to just charge into these the armored legionaries. He should have waited to use these guys, honestly, but it's neither here nor there. Blech. Actually, it looks like he's cycle charging them in and out, but again, still, it's not... I mean, what can you really get, you know? Thurio Spear is just having a terrible time right now. Hillman. And they're really, look, I mean, they're just charging forward more and more. But he's leaving them all in column formation. It's just, I mean, I would have taken one unit and gone over here and set up behind these Spartan hoplites, or at least close enough so that they could have thrown their javs in. Would have taken another unit, gone over here, because this is empty right over, or not empty, but it's open. So they could have came in and charged. Again, even with these guys, they're facing the wrong way, then they're too busy focusing down these 3 units that are being held up fairly well. And he could have taken at least one of these legionary cohorts and smashed right into the side and effectively broken these guys. But these 3 legionary cohorts are just having a blast. So now my Libyan infantry over here has been handled, but he had to charge his Spartan hoplites back over here to try and deal with my 3 units of Libyan infantry. I got them in shield wall to try and just help them a little bit as far as shield strength and melee defense. I don't know if that takes... Nah, it doesn't take a hit on their weapon damage. I don't think, right? Let's see. But yeah, just speed. So they're like, I mean, they're just putting so much effort into breaking this right here. And at this point, I said, you know what? I'm going to just give up over here. And not give up, but I'm just going to shift everyone. Because now they're just committed over here. They're stuck in. They can't, and if they pull back, then they're screwed. I charged in my Sacred Band just to help try and keep these guys in place. I know the Sacred Band will hold on for a while because it's a beast of a unit. These legionary cohorts, I mean, they're still going. It's amazing that they've stuck through this for as long as they have. And now look, this legionary, the enemy legionary cohort is charged in, and now I'm just getting attacks on the side from them. These guys over here starting to break one of the Spartan hoplites with finally, but I mean, you know, Sparta, it takes a while for them. They're a tough nut to crack, so it's going to take a minute. So over here now, it's just there's this big open gap here. They're all stuck back over here, worrying about this, and now we're just pouring in our troops as quickly as we possibly can. Rome has managed to get his Praetorian Cav in here. He exploited a gap right here. He's charging in his Libyan infantry. They are getting shot up by the Pila, but they're still managing to not get too beat up, at least. So now they've effectively given up this whole section. Because they're so concerned. I mean, the entirety of Rome is over here. And now look, mass panic, shifting troops over to try and deal with this. Look at this guy, still breaking. And my Cretans still have full ammo. Still ready to go. I'm trying to get my guys in here as quickly as possible, trying to rush them up here to catch their archers, which I did manage to do with my 1 Libyan infantry, and he's just going to have a field. I mean, look at that number. It's just climbing so quickly. Even these skier trees? What the hell are these guys? I've never seen them before. I mean, obviously they're light spears, but either way. So I will say this. The Seleucid player... didn't really know. I think he was new, so he didn't know exactly what he was doing. Because, I mean, he's just moving his scythe chariots around. I mean, if he had gotten them stuck in somewhere, he could have done a lot of damage, because none of my ranged units were in anywhere. I started to move them in, and I had to pull them back. These mercenary Sutari, I unfortunately got charged in the back. He did catch me in the nick of time, but myself and the other Carthage player are now taking on armored legionaries and legionary cohorts. And mercenary Samnites, I think from... Actually, I don't know whose they are. But, again, here's the Praetorian Cav just, like, absolutely decimating Seleucid. And he's hanging out here. He's completely falling back, not supporting, and the defenders were pissed. I mean, I can understand why. And over here, they've dealt with the 3 legionary cohort, or right, legionary cohort, yeah. And now it's just my sacred band hanging out. So I started to shift them around so that they couldn't get flanked. Got them in hoplite formation and just held them there. And they're pulling away. They're pulling away. They're leaving this unit here. I've only lost 40 guys, and now I'm going to start capturing this arrow tower. Hey, look at that. I said it right. Back over here, finally broke one of the units of Spartan hoplites. We got a Royal Spartan. That's going to be a problem. So he's already down quite a few men, but still, I mean, my 1 Libyan infantry is breaking, and the other 2 are just not having a great time. But that's okay, because, I mean, we're in here. So finally he's got his sliced chariots in here, and at this point, I'm trying to get rid of these guys as quickly as possible. I'm also trying to get my infantry out of here as quickly as possible. And then, of course, ranged units just doing ranged units things and acting stupid. Mercenary Scutari unfortunately got completely annihilated. And there you go. There's the Cretans again acting like a fool. And I think they ended up they got stuck, and I couldn't get them out. You can see them spamming command orders, and they're not moving. So as far as the Scythe chariots, up to almost 200 kills. I mean, even though he was a newer player, he still, I mean, he got in there and really did some absolute damage. So I can't, you know, even though he was new, it was definitely my blunder for blobbing up so much there. And look, he's just going to charge back in. Back over here, started to my units stopped breaking, but Spartan hoplites are getting tired. Royal Spartans are exhausted. They're starting to lose. Oh, they're starting to break again. I think I eventually win this, perhaps. But again, back over here, I've captured this arrow tower, and now I'm just going to hang out with my sacred band and let them chill while these guys over here just get absolutely shot to hell. So, yep. So like I said, the Cretans got stuck, and I said, fuck it. I'm just going to leave them in there. Meanwhile, I shifted everyone over and came over here to assist in getting rid of these African pikemen. He's got his pike units. They're not in pike formation. If I remember correctly, I remember that I noticed that, and I let him know. That's important. Don't just pay attention. Oh, look at this. That's right. So with my gen unit and the other noble cav, we came all the way around here and managed to get in over here and get the archers that were over here. I mean, he started to have to charge away. He got his 30 spears in here. My general ends up getting shot to shit, but it was worth it in the end. So now the chariots, I'm pretty sure, have been dealt with. And Sparta and Seleucid, I mean, Sparta just kind of gave, I mean, if I was Sparta, I'd start moving my troops to try and back up the, you know, stampeding Carthaginians trying to take back their settlement. So severely depleted units all just kind of supporting each other. cutting through the study. Then they're going to have to deal with the Historia spears. And my main goal was to try and get to the general's bodyguard. Back here, I pushed through. I shouldn't have done that. In reality, I mean, there's a gap here. You know, right here. I could have brought back one of these units, put him in column formation, and came around and caught him off guard. At this point, I think my general unit has routed off the field of battle. I don't see him anywhere. Yep, and now they're gonna start running away. Now it's like, oh shit. Yeah, there's fighting elsewhere, and our units aren't doing anything. So I managed to actually deal with these Royal Spartans and the Armored Spartans over here. Lost one of the Libyan infantry, but they did their job, especially with the aid of the arrow tower. Back over here, still dealing with the Historia spears. They're going to lose eventually. Back over here, he managed to pull his pikes back. They're facing the wrong way. Again, I'm pretty sure I told him. I was like, hey man, your pikes aren't facing the right direction. But now my Balearic slingers and my Cretans are just going to go to town on... Oh, did I get... Yes, I did. Actually, they probably broke and they came back, so that's good. So now we're just going to take care of the Spartan pikemen. Meanwhile, these Romans are retreating, and we're just... I mean, we're in here. You know, his Cretan archers in combat, not great, but I guess they were just backing up the noble fighters. Not that they really need to. Noble fighters shouldn't have any problem against the Evocati cohort. Actually, melee defense is 50, armor is 90, 59, 41. So, I'd probably kind of evenly matched, but the noble fighters would definitely win eventually. So me, I mean, I'm at this point, my nose is bloodied. I don't have a lot of units left. We're trying to hold this back. And now I'm charging my Sacred Band forward. And look at this, Libyan infantry right into the back of this hodgepodge. And we're trying to hold this as best as we possibly can. Noble fighters, I think I charge them around. I come back, counter charge. And I charge them in and pop headhunt. But this, I mean, like, they're just... You're walking right past. It looks like... Did somebody stop at least? 30 spears look like they stopped. They have 50 kills. They might be out of ammo. I think they're out of ammo. Thorax are definitely out of javies. But what is he waiting for? Charge them in. Charge them in. You would be able to break this so quickly, and then they could have won this. But my Carthage ally he managed to get in here. I'm almost positive we win this. I could be wrong though, actually, now that I think about it. So now I'm over here just with these units, just, you know, small victories, capturing the gate, capturing towers. Sacred Band hanging out, 139 kills. Not a lot of guys left. I probably should have just brought them over here. But I think actually what I do is come up and around like that. And again, I'm trying to get to this Roman general as quickly as I possibly can. Exploiting this little gap right there. Managed to get these Sam Knights through. And then come back around, I think. Back over here. African pikemen still hanging out. Taking care of the rest of these Spartans. I have mercenary Cretans and all my ranged are in here, and at this point now it's just like, all right, let's see what we can shoot at. Well, Allies general getting into the mix, and now we're capturing the capture point at this point. All right, so we're holding off Seleucid, Silver Shield Swordman, Thorax, and Thorax against two mercenary noble fighters. Even though they're kind of depleted, they're still probably going to give them a headache. And now The two Cretans are firing into this mix to assist the mercenary noble fighters. Balearic slingers are just out here vibing. Oh, that's right. I put these Cretans up here to assist. I mean, if Seleucid was paying attention, he probably could have turned his artillery around and destroyed this building. Back over here, just really in the thick of it. But slowly but surely, we're starting to break these guys a little bit. Unfortunately, this Libyan infantry is also starting to break. But again, I mean, Seleucid probably at this point could have sent guys this way. Periclei hoplites up against the allied Roman general. He's trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. African pikemen moving forward. And now it's just a matter of time before the timer runs out. So let's fast forward, actually. So, overall, I mean, the defenders were very upset with the Seleucid player. I mean, he still has 2 silver shield pikemen that didn't do anything. It seemed like a lot of his guys were set back here. And he didn't really utilize them effectively, or any of his units, except for the chariots that really put in some good work. But I would say, yeah, costly victory. I would say try and communicate with your teammates as best as you can, even if they're not responding to you in team chat. Which, by the way, if you don't know, when you're talking in team chat, when you type out your message, instead of just hitting enter, you would hold shift and then press enter. But even if they're not responding to you, still just talk to them and like ask them to do stuff. You can use F5 to ping places on the map to try and get them to go to places or ask for support here, there, and everywhere. Sometimes you get into you match with people and you don't need to communicate with them because you got good energy and you work well off of each other, and you got that like synergy, so to speak. And sometimes, yeah, you need to communicate. But I would say always try and talk to your teammates. That's going to be the key between victory and defeat. And if you can get into a Discord and get into a voice chat, that's even better, because then you don't have to, bring up the chat window, type out what you want to say, and then send it, wait for them to respond. You're talking immediately. All right, so let's get into the kills here. Got myself 2,425. My general got 355 kills because Sparta, Rome, and Seleucid just kind of left their archers out. Ballista only 9. Balearic slingers 60, 73 for the Cretans, 88 and 44. I should have used them more, honestly. I have a bad habit of trying to conserve my ammo, so I need to not do that. I have to utilize my ranged units early on. My Libyan infantry, 113, 127, 126, 120, 289, not bad. Noble fighters, 386, 113. Ooh, excuse me. My Sam Knights, 117, 95. Mercenary Scutari, unfortunately, these two didn't do very well. The other one got 88 kills, and my Sacred Band did 151 kills. So Iscolaz, he got 1,394 kills. General 45. Legionary cohort 190, 101, 108, 103, 115, 74. Syrians didn't do all that well either. Not that they didn't do well, but it just seemed like they didn't get used very much. 58, 45, 91. And then this Praetorian Cav, 25, 32, 41, 82, 61, 35. I would suggest, and I mean, again, it's to each their own how you decide to build your army. But so no one needs 6 cav units when you're attacking a walled city. Maybe 1 or 2, just in case there's a sally out supported by spears. But yeah, not 6. So Kala the Myrmidon, 2,297, 61 for his general, 155 for his other noble cav, 132, 134, and 211 for his Cretans. Really well done. 249 for his African pikes. And then 131, 133, 87, 160, 100, 102, 171 for his Libyan infantry, not bad. And then 149 and 157 for his noble fighters. Getting into the defenders, Achilles with 1,558 kills. His general getting 188. Really good. Wow, he brought all slingers. I would have brought, because I'm pretty sure they get Cretans, right? I'm almost positive. 37, 69, 32. Pericles, Hoplites, 79 and 12. Royal Spartans, 178, 275. The Skiritar, I don't know how to say that. 95, 101. Not bad for light infantry, actually, light spears. And then his Spartan Hoplites, 97, 55, 70. 61, 111. That's pretty good. And then his pikes, 0 and 29. Not great. Got to B with 1,146. His general, only 11 kills. His citizen cav, 50. Not the greatest unit. Size chariots did really well, but again, we were blobbed up, so he took advantage of that. 319. Syrians, 62, 52, 59, 59. The rest of his thorax, not great. 89, 92. His pikes didn't get any kills except for this one. Got 6. Hillman, 11, 34. And the Storio spears, one has 0. The other has 85 and 131. Yeah, I'm almost positive that this guy was kind of new. So the defenders were kind of agitated at his play style, but I can understand. But at the same time, I guess, just take it with a grain of salt. It's a first time. There's always going to be a first time for everybody, and we want to try and welcome people into this community, right? We want more people to come and play this game because it is fun. And unfortunately, there is a level of toxicity that does appear in Rome 2. And it's unfortunate. It does happen. But, when you got somebody new, just try and talk to them and communicate with them as best as possible, even if they're not listening to you. Or even just try and ascertain, ask somebody like, hey, are you new? Like, do you need, all right, well, here, do this, that, and the other thing. We'll try and assist you as best as we can. He has spoken with 2,007 kills, 5 on his general. His Syrian's not really doing all that well, but again, they got called out in the open, 9, 57, 38. His armored legionaries, 164, 150, 185, not bad. Ivacati, 78, 177, 260, 137, 140, really good. His Astati, 62 and 89. His legionary cohort, 41, 46, 64, 89, 91, and 125. I think these were the guys that were just thrown in the beginning, and it was just like a huge mess. I think, and this isn't shitting on anybody, I think he could have used these units better in the beginning, because there were definitely gaps there that he could have exploited and gotten a lot more kills. But hindsight's 2020, right? So that's it for me. Gonna link, as always, the Discord in the description below, along with my Twitch, which I unfortunately don't get to stream that much anymore, because as I said, I've got a newborn, 3 weeks old. He is too strong for his own good, so I know that I am in for a lot of trouble when he gets older, but looking forward to him growing up and teaching him how to play Rome 2 along with other creative assembly games. But my Discord, feel free to join. If you have battle replays of your own, please send them in. They can be long, short, one-sided, quick. They could be memes of, a meme battle. Doesn't matter. I'll happily get to them in a timely fashion and try and go over all of them. So yeah, unfortunately, the new week is upon us. Monday is tomorrow, at least for me, and at the recording of this video. So I hope your Monday is good. I'm hoping that my Monday will be good because I have to go back to work tomorrow, unfortunately, as I'm sure many of you do. But this is Lictor saying, have a great week. Peace out, guys.